Archangel Michael says, something about your presence has shaken someone's spirit to the core. The energy you carry now has become too powerful for those who once thought they could manipulate you. They can feel your strength even when you're silent, and it's making them panic in ways they never imagined. You've become untouchable in their eyes, and it's not just confidence, it's the light you're carrying that they can't stand anymore. Every move you make now sends a ripple through their conscience. They wanted control, but instead, they're being haunted by the truth of what they did to you. People who used to whisper your name behind closed doors now feel chills when they hear it. They can't explain why their chest tightens, why their thoughts circle back to you at night. It's guilt mixed with fear, and they know deep down, they went too far. Your silence speaks louder than their words ever could. You didn't chase revenge, you chose peace, and that peace is now their punishment. What you carry within you is divine armor, and they're terrified because they can't penetrate it anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There's one person in particular who's losing sleep because of how much your glow exposes their darkness. They thought they could dim your light, but instead, you became brighter. Every time they try to talk about you, their voice cracks because the universe doesn't let lies roll off their tongue anymore. They scroll through your name, your photos, your memories, trying to feel some form of control again, but it's gone. Your energy is too elevated, too sacred for their games now. You are walking proof that divine justice exists, and they can sense the spiritual protection around you. Archangel Michael says, that protection wasn't random, it was placed the moment your heart broke. Heaven watched every tear, every night you held your pain in silence. Those tears became the very force that now shields you. The people who laughed when you were down are now stumbling in confusion. Their plans keep collapsing. Their conversations about you are filled with hesitation because something inside them whispers, "Don't mess with that one again." Type Amen to get blessing 444. This person is scared of your calmness because it doesn't make sense to them. You're not angry, not bitter, and that frightens them even more. They expected your downfall, but instead, you became unshakable. Your glow-up isn't just physical, it's spiritual, emotional, magnetic. They can't understand how someone they once hurt could radiate this much peace. But it's divine balance. What was taken from you is being multiplied and returned in silence. They feel eyes watching them when they think of you. It's their own guilt reflecting back through the universe. You've become a mirror for their own shadows, and they can't handle what they see. Someone tried to mock your healing, but now, they're the ones being mocked by their own mind. They hear your name in random places, dream about you, sense your presence, and it's driving them restless. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The universe is reminding them daily of the energy they misused. Every message they ignored, every lie they told, every secret they hid, it's coming back. They can't hide behind their mask anymore because you've already seen the truth through their eyes. You didn't have to expose them, their actions exposed themselves. That's why they avoid you, why they can't look at you straight, why they flinch when your name comes up. It's not you that haunts them, it's the memory of what they did when you trusted them the most. Archangel Michael says, the energy you carry now burns through every false intention. You've stepped into divine authority, and nothing unholy can withstand your vibration. That's why they fear you, not because of what you say, but because of what your presence commands. You've spooked them simply by existing in truth. They sense that heaven stands behind you, and they can't lie anymore without trembling. Every time they try to harm you now, it turns back on them like a mirror. Type Amen to get blessing 666. You're glowing differently because pain no longer defines you, it refines you. You've become a storm of calmness, beauty, and divine confidence. That combination is what terrifies those who once mistook your kindness for weakness. They feel blocked, drained, and unsure why things keep falling apart. It's not a curse, it's cause and effect. You're aligned with light, and their shadows can't coexist in the same energy anymore. You've evolved beyond their understanding. You no longer respond from emotion, you respond from peace, and that's something they can't manipulate. They tried to read you, but you became unreadable. Now, their karma is watching your blessings rise. Every opportunity you're receiving, every door opening, it's a silent reminder that the divine always pays its debts. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They wanted you to chase them, but now they can't stop chasing the ghost of your presence. You've become the chapter they can't close, the name that won't leave their lips. Your silence echoes louder than their apologies ever could. Someone who once betrayed you is starting to see visions, dreams, coincidences, signs pointing to you. They're being reminded that the energy you carry isn't ordinary. You were sent into their life to teach a lesson, and that lesson is unfolding right now. Archangel Michael says, your spirit terrifies them because it reminds them of everything real they lost. They sense that heaven has chosen you for something greater, and that realization makes them shake. They can't touch what's protected, and deep down, they know you're untouchable now. The people who once doubted your worth are now whispering your name with regret. They see your strength, your peace, your glow, and it's haunting them. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They're trying to move on, but every time they try, something pulls them back to you. The songs they hear, the numbers they see, the dreams they have, all remind them of what they lost when they underestimated you. The tables have turned without you having to lift a finger. You walked away gracefully, and that's the move that scared them the most. They thought you'd break without them, but instead, you became the storm they can't calm. Your energy now demands respect in every room you enter. Even those who don't know your story can feel your power. You radiate the kind of light that makes people pause and wonder what you've been through, and how you survived it all. They can't figure out how you're still standing, still smiling, still glowing. But that's the beauty of divine favor, it makes your survival look supernatural. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Now, even the universe bends in your direction. Things that once seemed impossible are aligning effortlessly. You've earned every blessing coming your way because you never let bitterness destroy your faith. Archangel Michael says, your name is written in protection now. No curse, no jealousy, no gossip can break what's already sealed by divine will. You are unstoppable because your purpose is sacred. Those who mocked your pain will soon witness your elevation. They'll watch from the sidelines as everything they tried to take from you returns tenfold. They'll realize too late that you weren't someone to play with, you were a chosen vessel. Your silence is your weapon, your peace is your armor, and your faith is your fire. That combination is what keeps you untouchable, unbothered, and unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. The fear they feel isn't about you, it's about the truth you awaken within them. You mirror their lies, their shadows, their betrayals. That's why they avoid your energy, it exposes everything they've been running from. You've become the proof that no one can block divine timing. Every delay, every rejection, every betrayal, it was preparation for this version of you. And this version of you is what they can't handle. You've spooked them because you're no longer predictable. You're no longer waiting for apologies or validation. You've stepped into a realm of self-worth that shakes the weak-hearted. Your rise is quiet, but powerful. You don't announce your moves anymore, you just appear, and the air changes. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The same mouths that spoke ill of you are now speaking in your favor. The same hearts that turned away are now craving your forgiveness. That's the power of divine reversal, it humbles even the proud. Archangel Michael says, keep walking in silence. Every step you take now is guided by heaven itself. You are walking proof that no storm can destroy a soul built by faith. Those who once underestimated you will soon see that their betrayal became your breakthrough. Their rejection was your redirection. Their lies became your liberation. And that's why they're afraid, because they can't undo the power that's now working for you. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. You've spooked them not with anger, but with peace. Not with revenge, but with purpose. Your transformation is the scariest thing they've ever witnessed because it's real. Now, they're left watching in silence as your blessings multiply. Every win you have burns their ego, every moment you shine reminds them of who they lost. You didn't need to expose them, the light within you already did. You've become everything they said you wouldn't be. Stronger, calmer, wiser, and more radiant than ever. And they can't stop thinking about it. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, your story isn't ending in pain, it's unfolding into power. Keep going, because what's next will make every past wound worth it. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. The universe has crowned you with divine justice. The same people who feared losing control over you are now afraid of your success. They can't predict your next move, and that uncertainty drives them crazy. Your energy walks ahead of you now, warning every false heart to stay away. You don't chase love, you attract alignment. You don't demand attention, you command presence. And that's what truly spooks them, the realization that you never needed them to begin with. You've always had everything within you. You were never powerless, you were just in the process of awakening. Stay silent, stay grounded, and keep glowing, because they're watching, trembling, and realizing that you were never the one to fear, but the one to respect. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. The tension around your name has grown heavier than ever. They can't even hear it without feeling the chill run down their spine. It's like the air itself changes when your presence is mentioned. Their mind replays your last words, your last look, your last silence. Every single moment feels like a warning they ignored too long ago. They feel something divine shifting against their plans, and that's what keeps them awake at night. They're terrified because the peace you have looks supernatural. They sense that something higher walks with you now. The things that used to work for them, the lies, the manipulation, the charm, no longer hold any power over you. And deep down, they know you've seen their true face. You looked right through their mask without saying a word. That's what truly broke them, the fact that they couldn't deceive you anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 1666. You're the only one who made them face themselves. The mirror of your soul showed them everything they wanted to hide. That's why they avoid you but can't stop thinking about you. Archangel Michael says, your silence is holy armor now. You don't need to defend yourself, the divine fights your unseen battles. And every victory you win in silence echoes across the spiritual realm. The same people who thought they could play you are now praying for forgiveness. They're whispering your name to the wind, hoping it reaches you, even though they don't have the courage to speak aloud. They're haunted, not by ghosts, but by truth. They wonder how you still glow after everything they did to dim your light. They wonder how you can walk in peace after being betrayed. What they don't know is, your glow is heaven's response to their cruelty. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. Now, everywhere they go, they feel like eyes are on them. It's not paranoia, it's energy returning full circle. You didn't have to curse them, karma already signed the paperwork. Their phone lights up with memories they can't erase. Songs remind them of you, scents pull them back into your presence. They can't move forward because your energy has become their unfinished story. Archangel Michael says, every time they think of you, they're reminded of what divine alignment looks like. You were sent as a lesson, not a punishment. And now that the lesson is over, they can't handle the silence left behind. You are unreachable now, not because you're hiding, but because heaven has elevated your frequency. You've become a vibration they can't match anymore. And that's what truly spooks them. Type Amen to get blessing 1888. They still try to watch you from afar, pretending they don't care. But their heart races every time your name pops up. That's not coincidence, it's conviction. Their life feels heavier because your absence exposed the weight of their lies. You left with grace, and that grace turned into divine thunder over their conscience. You don't even need revenge, your peace is the loudest judgment. They see you shining and can't understand how you turned pain into power. They expected to see you broken, but instead, they see strength they can't touch. That's divine irony, what they used to destroy you became your weapon. They feel watched because heaven witnessed everything they did in secret. Every deceit, every manipulation, every fake smile, it's all unraveling before them. Type Amen to get blessing 1999. Their nightmares are filled with your presence, not because you haunt them, but because your light never left. They wake up sweating, hearing echoes of what you once said. And each time they try to run from the truth, it finds them again. You've become a living reminder that no one escapes spiritual law. Every choice carries energy, and yours carries justice. You didn't wish them harm, but the universe knows how to balance the scales. Archangel Michael says, the angels are repositioning your story. What was stolen will be returned, multiplied and refined. Those who underestimated your value will soon witness your divine comeback. You're walking through blessings now that were once blocked. You're attracting miracles that even you can't explain. That's what frightens them, the way the universe bends for your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. They can't figure out how your presence still lingers in their space. You're not there physically, but your energy walks through their walls. The air changes when they think about you. You were the calm they took for granted. The storm that followed wasn't your doing, it was heaven's correction. Every lie they built has started to collapse under truth's weight. They told people they moved on, but their actions say otherwise. They spy, they wonder, they hope for a sign that you still care. But the truth is, you've outgrown them. Archangel Michael says, don't turn back. What's behind you is confusion, what's ahead is divine order. Your story is about to unfold in ways that make even your enemies clap. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. You've spooked them because your peace looks like prophecy fulfilled. You've become the embodiment of everything they feared you would become. They see your progress, your glow, your grace, and it burns their ego like fire. Every blessing you receive feels like a reminder of their loss. They can't stand seeing you win because it confirms that they were wrong. You were never weak, you were simply evolving. They once laughed at your pain, now they're crying over your strength. That's divine reversal. That's justice with elegance. Even people who stayed neutral before are now silently choosing your side. Energy doesn't lie, they can feel your truth vibrating through everything you do. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. Your aura speaks before your lips do. It announces your power in every room. You don't have to explain anymore, people can sense who you are. The same ones who mocked your faith are now searching for it. They saw you survive storms that would have destroyed others. That's what makes them believe something divine truly walks with you. Archangel Michael says, your light has become a weapon forged in grace. You don't fight with words, you win through silence. You don't beg, you attract. That's the reason they're trembling. Because now, no matter how hard they try to match your energy, they fall short every single time. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. You've spooked them because you've become unpredictable. Your peace isn't fake, it's untouchable. Your boundaries are solid, and your confidence is terrifying to those who once controlled your emotions. They're wondering how you moved on so gracefully. They check your updates, read between your lines, trying to decode your next move. But the truth is, you're not playing any game anymore. You've mastered detachment. You've mastered divine timing. And the universe is rewarding you in public for everything you endured in private. Archangel Michael says, stay in alignment. Don't lower your frequency to explain your blessing. Your elevation will speak louder than your explanations ever could. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. They're afraid of you now because you carry peace that feels like power. They can't read you anymore, and that's what shakes them the most. You've become a walking mystery they can't solve. The very thing they thought would destroy you became the reason for your strength. You turned betrayal into transformation. Pain into power. Loneliness into elevation. Now, every time they see you smile, their heart sinks. Because they know they're no longer part of your story. They lost the access that once fed their ego. And that realization hurts more than any goodbye ever could. You've become the story they'll never forget, the one that got away because heaven intervened. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. They thought they broke you, but you were only breaking free. You've spooked them because they see a new version of you they can't touch. The glow they mocked is now their obsession. Archangel Michael says, the crown on your head was always yours. It just needed time to fit perfectly. Now that it does, no one can remove it again. Your energy is no longer soft, it's sacred. Your presence no longer seeks validation, it commands reverence. You're walking proof that peace is the loudest roar of all. And as the days pass, they'll keep feeling it, the power, the loss, the echo of your name. Because your energy has become unforgettable. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. They can't hide it anymore, the fear is written all over their face. Every time your name slips into a conversation, their body reacts before their mind can stop it. The tremble in their voice, the sudden silence, the quick glance away, it gives them away completely. They pretend they're fine, but inside, they're collapsing under the weight of what they did. They didn't expect your comeback to be this powerful, this graceful, this divine. You've become the living consequence of their choices. Now, every victory you receive feels like lightning across their sky. They scroll through your updates secretly, trying to find weakness, but all they see is strength. Your peace has become their punishment, your growth their reminder. They still replay your last goodbye in their head, and no matter how many times they rewrite it in their mind, they can't escape the truth. You walked away with your dignity, and that's something they'll never recover from. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. You've reached a level of calm that confuses them. They used to know your triggers, your insecurities, your fears, but now you've outgrown every version they ever knew. They're terrified because they don't recognize you anymore. Your eyes no longer carry pain, they carry purpose. Your silence doesn't seek pity, it speaks power. That's what unsettles them, they can't control someone who doesn't need control anymore. Archangel Michael says, your transformation is sacred. Heaven didn't just heal you, it rebuilt you from the ashes they left behind. That's why their spirit trembles when yours enters the room. They're learning the hardest truth of all, when you harm someone chosen by heaven, you don't get away untouched. The same energy they sent toward you is the same one chasing them now. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. They see you glowing, moving forward, living free, and it crushes them. Because every smile you wear reminds them of how they tried to break it. Every new blessing you receive reminds them of what they lost when they underestimated you. They talk about you to others, but their tone has changed. Once filled with arrogance, now it's fear wrapped in admiration. They don't know how to explain what they're feeling, because it's a mix of guilt, regret, and disbelief. Someone close to them has even started noticing their obsession. They mention your name and watch them freeze. It's like you live rent-free inside their conscience, whispering lessons they can't ignore. They're afraid to face you because your peace exposes their chaos. They're afraid to admit that they can't stop thinking about you, not because they want you back, but because they can't forgive themselves. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. You've spooked them because they've realized what you truly are, not a victim, but a vessel. You carry light in a world that feeds on shadow. And that light is blinding to those who still live in deceit. Archangel Michael says, your glow is divine protection made visible. You don't have to speak vengeance, your energy speaks it for you. Everything unjust that touched you will crumble under the weight of divine correction. Now, they flinch at your peace. They wonder why they can't rest, why their plans keep failing, why they feel heavy whenever they lie. It's because your energy echoes truth, and truth always finds its way back. Their life has turned into a mirror of their own choices. The calm they mocked in you is the very peace they now crave but can't find. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. You've become a mystery that humbles the proud. They thought they had you figured out, but you were never theirs to define. You belong to something higher, something sacred, and they sense it now. They're realizing too late that what you carry isn't normal. It's celestial. It's the kind of presence that forces hidden motives to surface. That's why people act strange around you. Your light makes the shadows restless. Your energy doesn't chase, it attracts. It doesn't demand, it commands. That kind of presence terrifies those who rely on manipulation. They wish they had treated you differently. They wish they had listened instead of mocked. But wishing can't undo what heaven has already sealed. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. Now, karma has entered the room silently. It doesn't yell, it whispers, through sleepless nights, broken trust, and moments that reflect what they once did to you. They're facing themselves, and it's not pretty. They thought walking away from you meant freedom, but it meant facing truth without your light. And truth can be cruel when there's no grace left to cover it. Archangel Michael says, you've done your part. You forgave, you released, and heaven recorded it. Now divine justice will handle what your hands no longer touch. You're rising quietly, yet powerfully. Every step forward shakes the energy of those who once looked down on you. That's why they feel you even from miles away. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. Your aura has changed, it's thicker, brighter, more commanding. People stare, not because of beauty, but because of presence. You've become something otherworldly without even trying. You've spooked them because you carry peace that feels untouchable. You don't react, you respond with stillness, and that stillness is louder than rage. It makes people question their own spirit. The one who hurt you feels powerless now. They used to feed off your pain, but now your joy starves them. They can't survive in your energy anymore because your frequency burns everything false. Every blessing that arrives for you is another bell ringing in their soul, a reminder that heaven never forgets its own. Type Amen to get blessing 3333.